Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Jules, here for WhatCulture Gaming, joined by my double S-rated partner, Adam Clery, and the triple S-rated Steamforged Games, who have kindly come all the way up from their underground lair.
Yeah, pretty much. A lovely palace.
Yeah, where they make board games, and have brought with them today a brand new game that we're going to be showing for you guys today here on WhatCulture, and to announce that they're going to be launching this live on Kickstarter. It is the Devil May Cry board game. Give oohs and ahs, people. Ooh. I mean, not you guys, you've worked on it. I was maybe more from this guy. There we go. There we go. Yes, so what we're going to be doing today for you guys is showing all of the details that you're going to get in the Kickstarter game that's coming out, and which is going to be going live this week. And also we're going to be running through some gameplay to show you what you can expect. As you can see here, you get some fantastic models. We might even get a bit of development insight as well from the lovely people there.
If you're lucky.
Yeah, so guys, why don't you just tell us what we are looking at right now?
So, as you've said, this is Devil May Cry The Bloody Palace. This is a competitive game for 1 to 4 players, where each player is going to be taking on the role of one of the hunters from the video game. Mm-hmm. And even though you're going to be fighting together against a band of demons, you can't attack each other. It is still a competitive game. You're trying to outscore each other. Right, so everyone's trying to be the most stylish hunter in the room. You've got to put together the longest combo chain of different moves as possible, look like the best person you can, basically. And try not to get hit by the enemies at the same time, because if you do that, you'll start losing points. And it's about tempo hits, really. So you build up combo chains and hit enemies to build up your score, and every time you get hit or taken out by enemies, you'll start losing points.
It sounds like it's a game that's based around trying to be stylish and not die. I mean, that's pretty much how we live.
Entire life.
Yeah, we try to live that anyway. I mean, we fail, but we try.
Still alive, aren't we?
We're still, yeah, you can't take that away from us. Not yet, anyway. Right, so what type of enemies are we going to be facing today, then? Because I'm assuming that the red guys, they're not here to just come over for tea and cake with your nan.
Yeah, that's true. They're not super friendly.
Right.
We've got a variety of enemies here. We've got the basic imputer enemies that kind of look a little bit insectoid. We've got some of these Hell Ansonoras, which are some of the medium-sized enemies you can face. And we've got medium-sized enemies.
Medium.
The
giant fellow.
He's just medium. So we also have a large enemy here in the form of the Imputer Queen, and the boss size enemy is actually 7 hexes big. They're called gigantic enemies.
I'm sorry. Well, oh, okay. I had to do some quick maths there. That was so. These models are fantastically designed. Who's the sort of art designer for these?
So these were done by our in-house sculpting team, led by Tom Leishman. Although it was really nice of Capcom to actually let us access to have some of their Maya files. So we actually got to our sculpting team got to work with some of the files from the video game to base them.
Exceptionally detailed, these ones. They're really quality. So we've all got some stuff in front of us which shows which character. Today are we playing as Dante, obviously, cocky asshole, basically, and Clery will be playing as Trish.
Also, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. And then we've got, who are we playing as here?
So I'm Nero. As you can see from my bald head and beard, I'm trying to copy Jules. Same with Nero, so that's why I'm him.
And I'm playing as V and controlling all the demons around me.
Yeah, you've got a slightly different playstyle, haven't you? Because you actually get 2 models on there.
Yeah, I've got Shadow, my little demon cat friend that's going to help me out and does most of my damage.
Now, little demon.
Yeah, I was about to say.
You guys have got a serious issue with correctly identifying sizes.
but Jamie's actually technically got a second model as well, which is actually a Kickstarter exclusive that you'll get.
Yes. So this is from the Devil Triggers. This is my Nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
Devil Triggers are a expansion for the game available via the Kickstarter only. They're Kickstarter exclusive, and they're all for all the hunters. We brought along the big one, the Nightmare, to show off.
Yeah. Is he also counted as medium?
He is.
Brilliant. Okay, well, I hope that we have more than medium fun, so let's get set up with the game and crack on with some gameplay.
It's good, that.
Hey guys, we are back in the room and we are now set up to go through, what wave is this? This is wave 1 of 4 of the Bloody Palace.
Yes, indeed. So these aren't necessarily the kind of enemies you would always face in the first wave, so we've added in the Imputer Queen to make things a little bit more interesting for you.
Thanks for that, great.
Yeah, no.
But when you're deploying, you will basically draw from a deck of Bloody Palace cards that will tell you which enemies you're going to face and where they're deployed. Before the enemies are deployed, though, all the hunters have to deploy in the centre, because you don't know where the enemies are going to be spawning around you. You've picked a position that you feel is kind of genuinely safe, I guess.
And I thought that when you had all of the models on the table that we'd be fighting maybe 2 or 3 at a time. I wasn't expecting you to use everything you brought with you.
Oh, no.
That's good. Fantastic.
So what's going to happen is we're going to go straight into the hunter phase, which is where the players take a turn one at a time using their hunter. We're going to start off with Gaz and then work our way around the table. Basically, when it's your turn, you'll do everything to do with your hunter, then your turn's done.
Because I've noticed that we've got some cards down the bottom here. You told me that these represent our attacks.
Yes.
So we're going to see Gaz actually go.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you'll see.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Oh, God. How many cards do you draw to?
Draw to 5.
Okay.
You can all draw your hand of cards now if you want. So every hunter has a starting deck of cards. This represents their move set, which is based on the move set from the video game. And then basically after this is going to control the moves that you have options to choose from.
Sure.
And you build your combos out from these cards. You've got a number of basic attacks that are on the bottom of your hunter board. These are always open to you, and you can use those to start off new combos.
Now, I'm not going to lie, because I've been told that the colour chain that is on the hunter card has to start off at gold or yellow, and then you can move it into any other colour, but it has to match up. I'm actually sitting pretty right now.
That's a pretty good hand of cards. Yeah.
Mine's.
Seems decent.
Oh, you've drawn.
Oh, I didn't see that other bit.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to have a very fun turn when it gets in there.
If you don't happen to like your first hand of cards, you can drop them back into the deck and draw another hand. But actually, you only get to draw 4 cards. If you
Fantastic.
I'm not doing that. I'm not mulliganing.
Just to give a quick rundown of that, if you can see that on there, you've got each character's got their health and their movement speed as well. If you want to just chuck that up in the card, Jamie. There we go. There you go. So you can see the movement speed and the health of each character, so that's quite useful to know as well. Thank you very much. And some characters have got special abilities as well. I've got, for example, the Royal Guard style, which allows me to block extra damage. You get an extra.
I get 4 attacks.
Basic card,
4
which
basic
is great.
attacks is amazing.
And you guys get special abilities.
So I've got Nero's arm. It's a mechanical arm.
This is Devil Breaker.
It's Devil Breaker.
Which can do more damage and more. It's basically another attack as well.
And I get to summon Shadow.
Ooh, okay. I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Okay, so I'll
That's the cat with the snowplow on.
It is.
Yeah. Mr. Plow, as it is.
So if we're going to start off,
Meow.
we'll start off with Gaz's turn. So you've got a number of options to do during your hunter turn, which is you can do one run, which is you can move your hunter as many hexes up to your speed, or you can play as many attack cards as you want, including your basic attacks. And you can do that in any order. So you can play a card, do your run, or you can do your run first or afterwards, whichever order you need to get to. So what do you think we're going to do first, Gaz?
Well, you know how I like to play, and I was going to go straight up to the Antinoras. However, I don't think that's a very good idea. So I'm going to come over here.
Yep. So you're doing your run first.
Do my run first, facing this Impuser. I'm going to go for a rapid swing, hitting for 1 damage.
1 damage.
Yes, indeed.
You've got
His
this.
right back.
And
So on your cards, on your attack cards, sometimes you'll have these icons at the top of the card that are coloured in. There are 3 of them, and when they are lit up, they'll add extra effects to your attack.
Okay.
So in this case, with Rapid Swing, you've got the yellow push icon, which means you can push the Impuser back, as Gaz has done, and then you've got the green follow-up icon, which means they follow up. So what happened here is you push the Impuser back with the push, and then followed it up here.
Okay. Understand.
Which just means you can sort of herd enemies around the table.
Yes, I was about to say because closing the gap between enemies is going to be one of the harder things to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, how many health does the Impuser have?
They have 7, which is quite a reasonable amount of health. This is the red. This is the red Impuser as well, and they're slightly more dangerous. There are 2 types of Impuser in the game. You've got your basic Impuser, which we're not fighting today. We're fighting the slightly more dangerous version, the red Impuser, which will do a bit more damage and has more health.
Sounds good. Right, so that's 1 damage straight off the bat.
And then
Gonna follow up.
I'm going to hit him for an aimed shot for 1 more damage.
Yep.
Another aimed shot.
And the silver ones can be any color, but it carries on the color that went in, so it would be a blue.
So if I'm right with this one, they're the ranged attacks. So they don't.
Yes.
So they count as like anything in between.
So anything with a silver chain is called a blank link. So a blank link takes on the colour of the chain beforehand.
Okay.
So these become blue.
And then I'm also going to use my big boy Devil Breaker.
Bring the Devil Breaker in.
Okay, so it does an additional 2 damage.
So we've got 2 health left on this Impuser.
And then I'm going to leave it in there.
Okay, so you've done 5 damage to that 1 Impuser. So I'll finish the job.
So I'm just going to jump at the end of Gaz's turn. If you wanted to, he could actually play more cards from his hand not to make attacks with, because at the bottom of the cards, I'll just take one of the cards to get an example. So at the bottom here, you have this symbol, these 2 symbols, which will be a step symbol and a block symbol.
Okay.
So during your turn, if you want to, you can discard any number of cards from your hand to step extra hexes. So if we discarded this card, we could step 1 hex. Because that's how many, what's the number in the steps?
Right, so in this case, even though Gaz has used up his movement phase, he could then choose to discard, turn and face that one and carry on an attack. So that's how you keep the chain going.
Absolutely.
Right, that actually makes a lot more sense.
The block symbol is for when we come to the enemy phase in the moment. When they attack you, you can discard cards from your hand to block damage.
Does it go through every single player and then back to the enemies, or does it do enemy reactions after every turn, like with your similar games like Dark Souls?
So we're going to be going through each of the players one at a time. After that's happened, we'll go through an enemy phase where the enemies all act once.
Got you. Fantastic.
Okay, and then that's me.
Good turn. Good
Thank
turn.
you, sir.
Turn, yeah, good
Okay.
turn.
And to you, Mr. Gibbler.
Over to me. So I'm going to just
You can do it.
1, 2, 3,
I can do
4,
it.
5, 6, right to the edge.
So you want to run
past-
with V.
straight
1,
past
2,
the-
3, 4, 5,
Why is
6.
he not getting involved?
Well, he will.
You'll
He
find
will.
out.
He will in just a moment.
Okay.
Just you hang on.
Oh.
So I'd like to face the enemies, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Then I'm going to discard a checkmate card so I can summon Shadow. Now Shadow can come in at least 3 hexes. So it's going to
Ooh, the cat's in play.
go here and face this Ambusa. So it's been summoned, is in the game.
Okay. And what's his attack that he's got there?
So most of my attacks come through Shadow.
him. Much like in the game then.
Yes, yeah, and then but I can't kill things unless I use my own checkmate, and V has to do that damage.
Oh,
So
I
yeah, so
see.
what happens is Shadow and Griffin with the range damage and with Shadow, they will do a lot of damage to the Impulsors, but it's V that has to come in and personally do the finishing touch.
Got you. Okay.
That's why I got rid of my checkmate, because that's my damage.
Yeah.
I'm probably not going to do anything this turn.
Fair enough. Okay.
So I'm going to kick things off with a bullet. 1 damage to the Imposter in Shadow's front arc and also in V's front arc.
Yes, indeed.
I'm going to do another bullet, so the exact same effects happening here.
So just to explain what's happening here, when you do a melee attack,
Mm-hmm.
as shown on the cards, it will just attack, it will just affect the enemies that are directly in front of you.
Yep.
Or sometimes it will affect a couple of enemies in front of you as well. Whenever you're doing a ranged attack, which will have this sort of gun symbol around it,
Mhm,
I don't know if you want to show that off the camera, it will attack the nearest enemy to you at any distance in front of you.
Right. Okay. Okay.
So what's happening with V's cards here is he's doing a ranged attack, which will do 1 damage from V, but his special ranged attacks also do a damage from Shadow as well. So
Got
it
you.
does 2.
Okay. I get you.
Did you do
I've
He did another one,
done
yeah.
another one.
So we've got 4 damage on the Impuser.
Nice.
So this is still a yellow chain because I've only used silvers.
Yep.
So I'm going to use Pounce to move Shadow 2 hexes towards the nearest enemy. He's already adjacent to
Already
one.
there.
We've got a question from Clery. What's
I've got a question. Yeah, just man's going to do a madness. That's all.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
So this does 2 damage.
Yep, we've got
Yeah.
one down to 1 now.
Yep. Then I'm going to use Hedgehog.
Yeah. So what happens now is because specifically Shadow can't kill enemies, this won't actually do any damage, but it does still allow V to place that in the chain.
Okay. Cool.
So that's 1 damage, does nothing. And then I'm going to play Tentacle Strike to do 2 damage and also Drive Back. So I'm going to drive to here.
Just push back.
So you've now done above and beyond its actual health limit, right?
Yes. That's,
Yes, yeah,
So,
but,
okay,
but
so-
because my demons can't kill, I can sort of use this to my advantage to build my chain up.
Yeah. So it's
Got you.
it's a disadvantage to V in that he can't kill them as easily to get orbs.
Yeah.
But he can keep attacking the same enemy to build his combo chain.
Got you. Okay.
And then I'm going to use Circle, flip this over, and I can move Shadow up to 4 hexes. Shadow's just going to run back and become my bodyguard.
Yes, because V does not like getting punched in the face.
What's V's health? Just out of curiosity.
5.
Ah, okay. And when you die in the game, it's not game over. It just means that your point score, which is kept on tally around this the edge of the board, goes down again. And obviously, at the end of the 4th round, we want to be on the highest points possible because that's how you win the game.
Yep, that's it.
Right, go on then.
So that's my
man.
turn.
Right. So I'm going to run up this way,
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
rotate into that.
Yeah. So
That
Trish-
forward?
I can
Yeah,
do it
yeah.
if you like.
There you
Yeah,
go.
that's facing forwards.
Right. Okay. I think I've worked this out. Otherwise,
Go on then.
Okay,
You can do it.
here we
You
go.
can
So-
do it.
Trish can do some amazing.
I will
one-time
chastise you
combos.
either way.
Going to start with this.
Okay, so low kick.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's 1 damage to a front arc, and it's a push and a follow up.
Yep.
So do you want to push it anyway?
Nope.
So you-
Okay, you can
Oh, yeah.
choose not to.
No, you have to. You have to do the push and
to.
follow up.
Okay,
Just
well,
push.
okay.
Push
So
that
you
change
don't
math
have
plan.
to push directly away, and you are going to follow up anyway to
That's
keep it in
fine.
the same one. So you can push to this hex, or this hex.
Just has to be away from it.
Just the one behind, I guess.
Sure, and then you will follow up and keep facing the same enemy.
Okay, right, so next one in. Now this is another push and follow up for another damage.
Yep.
But because the
So if it couldn't move any direction, it would just stay where it is, but it
Yeah.
actually can move this way, so it's going
Slides
to move
down.
that way, but you'll keep facing the opponent.
Okay.
So that's fine.
and now we're doing a full front arc for 1 damage apiece and
Yeah.
another push and follow up.
Yes, indeed.
Trish is like
Keep pushing to the
hyper
corner.
mobile.
Yeah, I was about to
That's
say,
kind
like,
of her
you're good
thing.
at herding
Yeah.
enemies like through this.
Absolutely.
Just booting this all over.
Yeah,
And that's another one. That's another.
So can keep going,
these enemies are
sliding
quite tough,
down.
whereas the Impuses have got 7 health, these Hell and Sonoras have got 10.
Right,
So
okay.
they're a bit harder to take down.
And slides down because it could go further away.
These all keep pushing, yeah,
Yeah,
yes indeed.
another hook. This is 2 damage in its front arc, and also 1 to
Does.
its right, but it's not. There's not one there.
Yep.
But there's no push for this
Got it
one.
down to 4 health left now.
Nice.
We're going to keep going?
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
raise
That
one.
And now
Yes,
range
indeed.
attack, so that means it attacks that one and that one.
So it's the closest single enemy.
Got you, my bad.
It's okay. It's okay.
If I play this at any point, I can go into my deck and find any card I like.
Correct.
Yes, you
Is that-
can.
Oh my god.
Now what I want is a blue or red if I've got one.
Oh yeah, because then you can carry that on with the chain combo.
So you can
Or
either
the-
find a blue to red if you can find one. The other one you could look for is a wild chain. So it literally has all the different colours of the rainbow, basically.
Or-
that allows you to change colours
How much health
midway
you got
through a
there?
combo.
It has
3 health.
3 health. You can also
That's a good thing
That's
that you've
a
done
very
that.
good
actually.
card.
Yeah, some klaxons going off here.
Okay, so what Chloe's put down now is one that has a closed circuit towards the end because the
Yeah.
chain doesn't go, so that is the end of the combo chain, but it has done a push and a blue. What does the blue mean?
So the blue would be stunned. So in this case, you've killed the enemy,
Okay.
but if you hadn't killed it, it would take a stun marker, which would mean if it has enough stun markers, it would not activate when it comes to the enemy.
Fantastic.
But in this case, we've taken it out. So you do the push, although it doesn't actually matter because you're going to take it out. But,
Push him over
so
the
push
edge
it
to
there.
death, I'll tell you
And
that
then we're
much.
going to drop some orbs. So
Oh,
in
nice.
this case,
Hey, well done, man. First kill.
I told you mans was going to do madness.
So in this case, the Helantonora is going to drop 1 green and 4 red orbs. Now these are
Nice.
important because after each wave, the hunters have an opportunity to upgrade their decks.
Right.
So any red orbs that you've collected during the wave, you could spend on purchasing upgrade cards, which go straight into your hunter deck.
And this is what this is here because they actually have a cost value down in the bottom right hand
Absolutely.
corner. And these aren't a shared pool of resources. This is your
every-
personal
yes.
resources. So,
Each deck and each upgrade deck is customized to each hunter.
so I'm not going to be loaning you any money, Jamie.
Again.
So you actually get to choose where the orbs go, and the first one has to go where the Helantonora went, and then the base. Oh, I say you would have a choice. There's actually they go in adjacent hexes, but there's only 4 hexes on those.
Wait, so does that mean you can steal other people's?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
You have to-
oh no,
you
guys,
have
can I
to-
activate before?
You have to actually run into the hexes to pick up the orbs. So if you had any cards left over, you could step into them. But I think you've played everything at this point.
I've got that one.
Well, no, actually,
So you're-
you have got you've ended a combo,
You've ended the combo, yeah.
and you are forced into claiming it.
It says
Good
that
point.
you must claim your combo after playing this card. When you do, double the points you score.
Absolutely.
So actually,
So the first thing we do when we claim the combo is count up the number of cards in the chain. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
and then you go down on this lovely little list of some.
So when you've got a
Eight.
combo chain of 7, you've scored 8 points, doubled because you've played a finisher up to 16.
16.
So you've
Got a C rank
do you wanna
already.
Count your mark up to 16 points.
Oh, that makes sense.
Nice big jump. Okay, then what happens? You have to discard your chain once you've claimed it. So all your basic cards come back down under your hunter board. So the ones with the basic symbol in the bottom left. So that's this one. These ones, they'll come back down there. These cards that have come from the rest of your deck go into your discard pile. Now, that doesn't end your turn. You could keep playing cards because you've just got all these cards back and you can start another chain again if you want to.
Nice.
And some of those might have movement on, I'm not sure.
I don't think they do, do
If
they?
you've got any way of...
Don't.
Well, sure. But if you had any more cards in your hand
did.
with the steps, as I said before, you could play those to step and pick up these orbs. As it is, though, you've killed the enemy and the other hunters might have a chance to pick those up from you.
Interesting. So is it now my turn?
It
Put
is.
this guy down.
Into the deceased pile. Right, okay, so...
I so wish I just booted that halfway across the map.
No, that's great. Now, not to be outdone by Clery, I'm going to go straight for the biggest thing.
Oh.
So, 1, 2, right into base contact with that, and let's see what we can do.
So we said before, the standard Impuses have 7 health. The Helantonoras have 10.
This is 20.
The Impuses has 20.
I hold no idea that I will kill this turn, but I will do some significant damage.
We
Yes,
have
and you will look
seen
awesome at the
Dante
same
do
time.
it before.
Okay.
No pressure, but I've won on this.
With
in one,
Dante.
in one of our other. With one
There's-
of our other.
I have-
In our playthrough on the Kickstarter campaign, he got like the God Hand and did it in one go.
You did.
Well, I'm going to start off my chain with a Rebellion Swing. Then I'm going
I'll do 1
to
damage.
move into... Actually, is that what I wanted to do? Yes.
Maybe you can play this blank wink as well.
That was, yeah. So I was going to do that one, do an Ebony and Ivory Volley, which is another
damage.
one. And it carries on.
Only 18 more to go.
Don't worry, everything will be fine.
Then I'm going to play a Rebellion Sweep, which
Okay.
is 2 damage in its front arc.
Yes, it's going to do 2 damage to it.
Then I'm going to do a Rebellion Cut Leap, which is 2 damage in its front arc and a
Got
push.
a decent chain going.
Push
Okay,
Rebellion.
so yeah, it's got a push with a follow-up. So you can push back, basically, it's one of 3 ways. You can go this way, or this way, because it's pushing away from you. If you have any preference at all.
I think that I would rather not push it towards V.
Reasonable.
So I'm going to push it this way towards.
Sounds good. So we push it at this angle, and then that means that Dante steps up to follow, and then you turn to face the enemy.
And I will play a Rebellion Cut Right, which is another 2 damage in its front arc and a push again, and keep pushing it towards this end of the
So
board.
yeah, we can slide down this way,
And
follow.
then a million stab to end it all, because I can't chain off of that combo one there.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
So that is a million stab combo, and that's the end of the chain, but that is a push and a stun token, and a 3 damage on that.
So the Impusa Queen actually is the only enemy here that can't be stunned.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But you can still keep doing the push. It's a push and a follow.
It's just a push, no follow up.
That ends your chain as a finisher, right?
It does. It's ending there, and I must claim my combo after playing this card. And when I do, I get double the points as before.
So how many
long is your
cards?
combo?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that gives me 5 points. So it'll be 10 points overall.
Indeed. Means Dante flipped up to 10.
Ah.
Normally, during a hunter's turn, you can only choose to claim your combo once. But if you ever play a finisher card, as both of you,
You have to do it,
that's an addition. So
Mhm.
you could, if you have enough cards, and theoretically you could claim your combo twice in a turn. Or more.
Oh,
You've got
I
more
see,
Finishers.
okay.
So finishers are really powerful cards to get.
Now I'm going to look at her attack radius, and it says that it's the red hexes are in range.
Yeah. So in each of these data cards, as well as on your hunter card as well, it shows a facing and shows what your front arc is and what's likely to get hit. So what we're going to come into now is the enemy phase, where we're going to play a behaviour card for each of the enemies.
Okay.
And it's going to tell them what they do. Some of them will just attack, some of them will just move. The Impusa Queen, being a bit more of an advanced enemy, is probably going to do both in one card.
Right. Okay. Fair
You
enough.
say being a bitch.
Yeah.
Technically, Gaz will be controlling the enemies. He has to do what the behaviour card says.
Right, okay.
But when it has a choice, such as it says move towards the closest hunter, and it's got 2 hunters at the same distance,
Yeah.
he makes the choice.
Oh,
And
okay.
obviously,
All
you
right,
won't be
yeah.
coming near me.
So we go through them in the order of the Bloody Palace cards. So it's the Impusa Queen first. So we draw a behaviour card for the Impusa Queen.
I guess first, Jules, were you finished?
I was done. I was done with. No. I was done with that. Because I'm going to hold on to this one because I want to block some
That's
damage.
reasonable.
Nice.
Now I assume we don't draw up to 5 immediately again.
It's after the enemy phase.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so I
so
jump-
basically, at the moment, Cleary's got no defense.
Yes, so I jumped ahead, I apologise. So yeah, any cards you got left over from your turn are what you're going to use to defend yourself with.
Yeah.
So that is
So it'd be
important.
reasonably true.
Okay, so am I allowed to continue into the...
Yeah.
You may continue your plans.
I'll get the Impusa Queen card. Gav,
Okay.
can I read that out for us?
Hello. Okay. Move the Impusa Queen up to 5 hexes so that is adjacent to as many hunters as possible. It can pass through occupied hexes as it moves.
Yeah.
Each adjacent hunter must discard a card from their hand at random, then suffers 3 damage.
Okay.
Whoa.
So even though it says as many hunters as possible, we know that with moving 5 hexes, it's not going to get to more
It's
than
just
one.
me.
Yeah, so it's literally just going to come after Dante.
And I'd have to discard the cards that I have.
Yes.
Well, you don't have to. You could choose to take the damage. Now, just to talk about what happens when you do
Okay.
that is if you had a combo chain. It's actually not a bad situation right now because if you had a combo chain, that would be discarded for no points.
Right.
You don't have a combo chain right now, so you could choose to take the damage if you want to. But the thing is, if you take too much damage, that will cause you to get knocked out, and you'll lose a whole lot of points.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't want that to happen, so I'm going to try and block this damage then.
So we're going to move the Impusa Queen.
Although I did just say it must discard it.
Yeah. So I'd have to discard this and then suffer 3 damage.
Yes.
regardless.
So in this case, you're going to suffer damage.
But that's fine. So I'm going to discard this card there, and I take 3 damage. How do we indicate that I've taken damage on
So it's
this?
the same as with the enemies. You take the damage
Just
mark
pops on
each
there.
person you card.
Cool. Fair
So
enough.
what's going to happen is the Impusa Queen is going to move around. 5 hexes is plenty to go with Dante. Go to the damage. Okay, and then so you get yourself 3 damage. So that's the Impusa Queen. That's going to go to the bottom of the deck. And we'll keep going down the order. The next one is the Helen Tenora. So for each enemy, you'll play a behaviour card for each one, unless they're the Impusas. They act as a swarm. You draw 1 behaviour card, and,
And everyone does that. Yeah.
For each of these, well, I say each of the Helen Tenoras, we've killed them.
Yeah,
if there were 2 of them, we draw a card for each of them.
Yeah,
in this
fair
case, it's just for this one.
But there's not.
So guys, we're going to read this one out.
He's a medium enemy. Remember?
Yeah.
Move the Helen Tenora 4 hexes towards the nearest hunter.
So you got a bit lucky this
That's
time.
it.
It's just lurching forwards. Usually this thing runs and makes an attack at you as well.
Oh.
Chopped his arse, hasn't he? She was having it as well.
Just watch his mate get clean.
I don't fancy that. He comes up, he's like, please don't.
Yeah.
No more.
Can we
Calm
be
down.
friends?
But he's still walking towards him. He's like,
You've had enough, sir. Please leave the premises. This website closes now.
And then we've got 1 card which will tell us what all of the Impusas are going to be doing.
Which is each red Impusa that is adjacent to a hunter turns to face them
Yep.
and makes this attack. Move each other red Impusa 2 hexes towards the nearest hunter.
Oh, so we're getting swarmed proper now.
So in this case, this Impusa is going to just turn to face Nero, which it already was, and it's going to do 3 damage.
3 damage.
So we're gonna do that,
But
guys.
he's not. I'm going to discard this.
Yeah.
And
Discard,
you can
which is
defend
got-
by the amount of the shield icon that
Correct.
you've got down there.
Do you want to pop that up against the camera, Jamie?
Yeah, because that has a block. Because that has a block of 3, that's going to block all of the damage from the attack.
Mm-hmm.
So that's me.
And all the rest of the Impulsors are going to move 2 axes towards the nearest hunter. So in a lot of cases this is very straightforward because this is quite clearly the nearest hunter here. But then you've got some cases where it's equidistant. So in this case, for this Impulsor, it's 2 hexes away from, because Shadow counts as a hunter from both Shadow and from Nero. Now in this case that means that the first player gets to decide which way it goes, which is Nero. Would you like it to come towards you?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't.
I feel like Gaz has got a lot of decisions that
And I'm terrible at making decisions. So.
This is where Shadow shines for me, of taking the hits.
Yeah.
Herding.
How much health does Shadow have?
Just 5.
Okay, fair enough.
But it can be constantly respawned.
Very useful. Very
The
useful.
thing that's nice about Shadow is when Shadow gets hit, it doesn't affect your combo chain at all. But also Shadow can't block, so Shadow will get taken out quite a bit, but it also doesn't really affect me too much.
See, I'm in a good position. They're coming towards me, but they're just setting themselves up for failure right now.
You've got to also think quite carefully because sometimes you might think, actually I want these enemies to come towards me because I've got more things to hit to do more damage and more combos.
Right now my plan is, after seeing some of the combo cards that I had, is slot myself right in there and then start doing front arc attacks.
Absolutely.
That's the plan.
And then you've got to just be careful of what's too many enemies to hit.
That's convenient.
Yeah, I know,
Okay,
right?
so at the end of the turn, you draw back up to your hand size of 5.
Cool.
Now all the enemies are
And this is going to move over to Giblin.
Yeah, the first player token moves along, so now Giblin's going to be the first player this turn, and he will get to be the deciding factor in the enemies this round.
Okay.
Oh, come on.
Have you noticed as well with the players, like guys that didn't claim their combo chain, that's going to stay from round to round, so you can keep building it turn after turn if you want to keep it there.
Fair enough.
If you think that's a risk to take. The thing
Not
is,
for me
you have to
this
be.
time.
You have to ensure that you're not going to get hit by enemies, because if you get hit whilst you've got a combo chain and take damage, then it'll be disappearing.
Yeah. So for me, I'll begin. I am going to use Pendulum Blades. Turn Shadow to face the direction of your choice, then make this attack. So I'm going to turn to face the other one.
The other way. Okay.
Yeah, the other Impulsor.
Sure.
Who's not taking any damage, and do 2.
2 damage to that other Impulsor.
I'm then going to discard.
Just clean this up a little bit.
I'm going to discard a Skewer card to make a single step to have V move in towards the Impulsor.
This one that's wounded here.
The one that's very wounded, yes.
Okay.
I'm going to play Checkmate to take it out.
So this does 1 damage, and this is the special card that V has basically to finish off enemies.
And now it scores for that, because he can only kill the card when he's used that move.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah. He's only got a couple of cards in his deck that allow him to actually finish off enemies.
And how many points do you get for the Impulsor? You
So you
get
don't-
3 orbs.
So you're getting 3 orbs. Yeah, you don't get any points on the score track. Remember, that's entirely to do with your
Ending
combo
the
chain.
combo chain, yeah.
But we've got some red orbs here. So we'll place one where the Impulsor was taken out. We've also got 2 more to place. Where would you like those to go, Jamie?
I'd like to, if you could place them here and here, because I'm going to try and move away.
Sure.
I'm going to scoop these all up.
Okay.
So V will now take his run. We'll go 1, 2, 3.
Ah, very clever. So James managed to snag all of those orbs. Someone's played this before.
I'm actually just going to hang out
That's
next to Shadow.
fine.
Okay.
Hang over here.
Hang over here. And I'm actually going to keep hold of these because I've got a nice chain being built up, and I want to block any consequential damage from where I might be stood. So I'm just gonna hang tight for now.
Seems reasonable.
Good shout.
Can I just hoover up all those lovely
Absolutely can, yes. So you've got your run to use. Do you want to make any attacks first? Or do you want to use
Not first, no.
Sure. So where would you like to go? Just
Oh, I see what you're
all
gonna
of
do.
these?
Yes.
So the
Back
green
into
orbs. The green orbs will recover health immediately. They're not something you hold on to, so they're something that's worth leaving on the ground
that's
until
quite
you've
useful. Okay,
until
well,
you've
that-
taken damage.
Cool, in that case, just take the 4 red ones
And
then.
where would you like to finish?
Bring me back round to...
For this
Right
guy.
in the back, yeah.
Cool, so we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then finish facing this hunter.
Zip, zap, zap, zip.
For all your red orbs, and they'll go into your hunter board. There we go.
Very nice, mate.
So
Gotcha.
what I'll do... Not really too much I can do. Well, I'll see if I can... Because if you get hit while you're building a combo, you lose.
You lose the combo.
Yeah.
But if you block all the damage, your combo stays. It's only if any damage actually comes through until you do it.
Realistically, how much pain can that thing bring? If, let's just say it decided to...
5.
Let's say it grew a pair and decided to have a
somewhere
go.
around 4 or 5 if you get really unlucky. There's
Jesus.
a number of cards. There's a range of attack values in those
Okay,
decks.
well, we'll
That's
take...
more than I thought it was going to
Depends,
be.
how
we'll
lucky,
take a
you-
little
depends how
punt.
lucky you're feeling.
We'll take a little punt. So, I'm going to play that.
Yeah, that can be a
Just
starting
2.
point. So I'm just going to get this out of the way. So do 2 damage to him.
He's got 10 health.
Kick him to death again.
And then I'm going to do
Yeah.
another 2.
Nice.
So lightning kick.
So any special rules, that one?
6 left. No,
Move
we've
up
got,
to
we've got none of the... Well,
one
yeah,
hex before
a
making
lot of
a step.
Trish's cards have additional movement underneath if you want to use that. That's
Yeah.
optional though.
And then, just gonna be really casual. That one.
No bang,
Just
bang,
casually
bang.
shoot him in the face.
Punch in the face.
Pop, pop. Bit of cash.
casually shoot him in the face again.
Nice.
Of course you can. And casually shoot him in the face again.
It seems reasonable.
Nice. Okay.
That's me. I think it's all the casual shooting and kicking in the face I've got for now.
That you want from anything.
Interesting, this, isn't it? Okay. And when you draw up your hand, you can't discard any cards to redraw, right?
Sorry, I should have mentioned that before. You can discard 2 cards from your hand, so we should have allowed you to do that.
Okay,
So
well-
if you had 2 cards you didn't want, I'll allow you to go back because I didn't say it before.
That's fine. So I'm going to get rid of. Oh god, this is a tricky, dicky. I'm gonna get rid of these 2, the Balrog Uppercut and the Rebellion cut, right? So I put them straight to my dust.
That's fine, yeah. So let's pretend we would have done that at the start of the turn.
Sure.
And then
Ooh,
move on
I've got to strategize.
Oh, fantastic.
Okay, yeah. So play this card at any point during your turn to go through your deck and
I
discard
had that,
pile,
yeah.
and add a single card to your hand. You do not need to show it to your opponents.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'll be playing that
Seems good.
right now. Okay, I'm gonna be looking for some.
Do you want to go through your draw cards or your discards?
Oh, what?
It's either one. Because remember that finisher card you played before? If you've got a good combo chain to stick that on the end of, you could go and play that again.
Well, I'll keep you guys. I'm gonna keep you guys in the loop in the object of.
For how many different moving parts this has? It looked a bit daunting when we first set it up, but the simplicity of it is
Really
just so
clicks
get as many
immediately.
attacks as you can, try and keep some back.
What I want is a red to green. I don't know if I have any of that. I don't know if I've got any.
Red to green, I think, is pretty rare for a starter deck.
Oh,
Oh, it's a starter.
Shut up. Well, you know what? It does. God, dingle. I'm gonna swear badly then. Right. Okay. You know what? For the object of just moving the game along quickly, I'm gonna take a. Shut up. No, shut up. I annoyingly discarded a card that I could have used now, so that's tip top in the chip shop, isn't it?
So if you're getting a little bit stuck in terms of trying to find cards for a really huge chain, sometimes it can just be a good idea to take a finisher, just do a small chain, get some points on the board.
I think that
start over.
do I shuffle it now that I've
yes, you shuffle that.
Would you like to shuffle that? Because I know I don't want to damage your precious, lovely card there. So what I'm going to do is
We should probably try and score some points.
Yeah, I reckon so. We're not doing too hot, right?
I mean, you've got some nice combos getting built here, so it just depends on when you're going to cash those in.
So it's
Right.
a good job you reminded us
I'm
about
gonna
that.
start
'Cause
off with-
I had 2 more text cards.
I'm gonna do-
to get rid of.
I'm going to do high time, which is 2 damage directly to the
Yes,
big
indeed.
queen.
That would normally apply stun, but the queen is immune to stun in this case.
Then I'm going to add in Ebony and Ivory Volley, which is another damage.
Yeah, you've got 3 more to do before you take the queen out.
I'm going to do Coyote
Oh.
Shot, 3
There's-
damage.
there's
There it
your
is.
3.
Oh,
Okay,
nice.
the queen is down. Well done.
And
We've got,
Queen is gone.
just before we carry on, we've got quite a lot of orbs to place now.
Yeah.
Because this happens in the middle of the turn. You might even want to do a run to pick these up before you carry on
I
attacking.
was about to say, bring it on, brother.
Give me them orbs. We've got 6 red orbs and 3 green orbs to place. You can place them anywhere you like, but the first 3 have to be placed
On where she is.
Where she was.
Right, well, I'm going to
The
put
rest are adjacent.
one there, and then I'm going to start basically making a chain.
So they have to be adjacent to where she was.
Oh, like
So yeah, I say anywhere,
Like
you like.
that?
Anywhere you like adjacent to X's.
is that okay like that?
Yeah, you can even place them where the enemies are, or if you want to, you can drop them directly onto yourself as well and pick one up straight away.
In that case, then,
Yeah,
you know what?
there we
I'm
go.
going to drop a green orb on me to heal the
Seems
damage
reasonable.
there.
Seems reasonable.
And then there's this one final one which I'm going to pop.
Good
idea.
We had another green one as well.
Just wherever. Yeah.
That's
Probably.
it for now.
Perfect. So, I haven't moved yet, but what I am going to do is he's got a movement of 5, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and plot myself right in there behind everyone.
Sounds good.
Hoovering up
Lots
all
of lovely
those.
orbs.
And then I will finish my combo by playing a last card. Can I do that?
Yeah, you can carry on playing cards if you've got them in your hand.
And I'll play a Helm Breaker as my final card, and it ends my combo chain as well.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
And that does 3 damage and a push, so I'm going to spoosh that guy right out there.
Okay.
And I claim 1, 2, 3, 4 cards, which is 2 points on the chain.
Which doubles up to 4.
Don't think that
And
card.
was
Not,
that
not all of the
not all
finishes
of them
double
double?
points.
Also, this guy would have taken a damage from my Coyote Shot because it also deals 1 damage to each adjacent enemy to the target.
Yes,
and that was-
indeed.
So there we go.
Okay, do you want to claim that chain as well? Because you can't actually add any more cards to it anymore.
Yes, so that's been played.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Have you
Yeah.
got any basic attack cards? Remember?
Oh yes, of course. Sorry. And there we go. That's the end of my move, I believe.
Okay. In which case we come to... That's all you want to do for your turn, sorry?
I've done all my movement, can't do any more attacking.
So with those finishers, they are your claim for the turn, but they're not like a voluntary claim. So you can actually continue attacking with cards from your deck and from your basic attacks.
So
I see.
So
right.
you could, for instance, start playing some basic cards here, and even though you might not get enough of a chain to claim at this turn, it's there to start the next turn.
That's very interesting. In that case, then I will. Unfortunately, he's moved now out of my range of sight for me to start anything.
You can play a card to step if you want to, which will allow you to move and change your face.
That is a bit of a worry.
Or you could just hold on to them.
You know, I'm going to hold on to these ones because I feel
you
like
know what they're going to do.
No.
Surrounded.
Okay,
with
so
that.
on to Gaz. What are you doing, Gaz?
Right, sorry, I've been thinking very hard and it's very difficult for me.
Impress me.
I'll try, but I never succeed. Okay, so then I'm going to go for a falling swing, which is a push and a movement.
Push and a follow. Yep.
How much
Now,
damage?
can I?
Just the one.
Can I? Hang on. Whoa.
I love how like kinetic this game is.
Yeah.
Like,
Can I push him here?
No,
So,
it has to be away from you.
Yeah, so you'd have 3 options of where it could go,
Okay.
but these 2 hexes are not open to you because that's the edge of the board. So we've got this one we can go to.
Flippity flop. That's fine.
Fiddlesticks.
He's only got 1 health left though.
That's also fine. So then I can aim shot.
Yep, that'll finish him off.
And then
Okay, it's just, I know you get excited, I know you got more cards, I want to play more cards.
This is the thing, guys. As I was just saying, like it's great when you find board games that actually carry across the sort of atmosphere and the sort of energy of the games themselves. And I know that you guys have already captured that with the Resident Evil and the Resident Evil 2 and the Dark Souls board and card game.
Yep.
With this as well, you can really feel that there's a sort of sense of kinetic energy, like move, do this, push up, do that. Like
Exactly.
and it is incredibly stylish as well. Very cool.
both James and Jamie have done an absolutely fantastic job.
Yeah.
Getting it there.
So what was it like working on this?
Absolutely fantastic, really. It was great that Capcom gave us access to a lot of the playthrough videos of the full game before it was released to the public. So that was really exciting to see. Just got, I think it was a good 20 hours or so of footage we could go through and just sit and watch this beautiful video game being unveiled in front of us. It was a real pleasure to do that, and then got to base the game off everything that we saw. Lovely gallery videos to have good descriptions of the enemies and how they act, and we had all the information we could possibly work with in terms of to make the game. So it was absolutely fantastic to work with.
Outstanding. You're going to finish off this combo.
It's alright, so we need to play some mobs.
Are you jumping and finished?
So we
Sorry.
place one where the enemy was.
On there.
and then you've got-
One for me, standard.
Yep, so one will be placed on you,
Yep.
which you collect.
Thank you very
one
much.
in an adjacent hex, which could be here or here.
And then I haven't moved yet,
I'll place this.
so I'm gonna go. Hoover them up. I'm gonna go to here, and then I'm gonna play Power Slam. Bam,
Oh!
4 damage.
4 damage.
Okay.
Well, actually, hang on. Oh, one sec.
Achievement Hunter. Achievement Hunter.
I'm going to bring that back. I'm going to play Exceed, which
Right.
all my melee attacks now gain 1 more extra damage, and then BAM!
Okay,
Power
so it's
Slam.
5 now.
Which then means I've done 5 damage in 1 single attack, which means I get the hard hitter achievement.
Oh, I see.
So for the other achievements we've got available, we've got Kill Stealer. So if you've got a card that lets you interrupt, you can go and steal a kill.
Yep.
Savior, if you take out a enemy who's got a hunter in their front arc. Reaper, for taking 2 or more out in a turn. Or Crowd Controller for damaging 4 different enemies with melee attacks.
Trish.
Yeah.
These are for you. Yeah, so then I've got that. Then I've got to
So we're going to claim the
finish
change.
this, which would get me 16.
Oh,
17
that's
cards.
how
He's
you
joining
do
the
it.
party.
7 cards in the combo, which goes up to 8, double to 16.
Did I move up when I did mine?
Yes, I would look
Yeah, we
Yeah.
moved you up.
Okay, yeah, because I was on 10, wasn't
Nero
I?
jumped up to 16 and
that's-
joined the party.
Oh my
Over
god,
here.
that's how you do it apparently.
Hello, friends. And then this.
Quite impressed with that, I'll be honest.
And then I'm
Wasn't
gonna
bad.
do replenish to get my Devil Breaker back.
So the special unit cards for Nero is Devil Breaker Arms,
Right.
which more of those are in his upgrade deck. You can
Yeah.
purchase more of those, and eventually you'll end up with about 7 or 8 different basic attacks that there is extra gauntlets.
Got
to
you.
choose from.
Wow.
The thing about that though is this, because he has so many basic attack cards, the gauntlets he can only use once per round of enemies.
Oh, I
So
see.
each time he's
Okay.
used a Devil Breaker, it returns to his deck face down, and then you can play replenish to turn 1 face up.
Got you.
So,
Got you.
sorry, with the other one, I should say he is
Stunned.
stunned.
Oh, very nice.
I think we all are
And
after that.
he's Self-Aria. You're pushed away and stunned.
How many stun tokens do you need for each one? Does it say on the cards?
Yeah, so it's 1 stun token for each enemy, unless it says so on their reference card.
Got you,
So
okay.
for the Halantanoras, it says they need 2 stun tokens to be stunned.
Ah, right now I'm
And
with
for the
it.
NPC Queen, she just couldn't be stunned at all.
Fair enough.
Well, she's gone now, so...
Yeah.
That's not a problem.
What
can I-
NPC?
Can't be stunned if she's dead.
If I was to just be really cheeky and play that, is that a possibility?
Yes, you
Play
could.
aim shot.
Yes.
And just Get
So
him while
it's
while he's stunned.
1 more damage.
Doesn't know where he is, but he's just been shot in the head.
Alright, so that's the. It's coming back to me, so now we do the enemy turns.
Oh, yes.
Okay,
Right.
This is fine.
so yeah,
This is
Jamie,
fine.
Jamie's going to be doing it
It's
this
all
time
good.
round. We don't have an Imputed Queen anymore, so that's fine. We don't do that one. We do still have a Hell Antenora, however, so I'll pass this card to you. Tells what it does.
Alright. Move the Hell Antenora 3 hexes towards the nearest hunter, and then draw another card.
Oh.
So it's going to turn.
Let's
it's
press the
gonna turn to
rewind
face.
button. How much damage can this guy actually do?
Get prepared for such an eventuality.
Yeah, me too.
To an extent.
Throw another one over.
Draw another Hell Antenora card. Now it's turning to face.
So, move the Hell Antenora 2 hexes towards the nearest hunter, then if one is adjacent, make this attack. It does 2 damage, so you're on the lower
Okay.
end.
Got away with it a little bit.
Not today.
There you go. Are you gonna
Yes, I'm going to be playing this card. Which
So doesn't you discard it?
yeah.
discard to stop the 2 damage
Nice.
coming through? You keep your combo alive.
And then we have one behead card for all the red abuses.
I nearly just kept that one.
So, move the red Impuster 3 hexes towards the nearest hunter. Swarm time.
Okay.
Okay.
So they're not going to be attacking anybody for damage this turn, but they are going to be getting ready.
He doesn't. He's
I don't
stunned.
He's stunned, so he does
No.
stunned.
Yeah, so this Imputer's not going to move anywhere. This Imputer's going to move towards.
Are you proud of me? I actually thought about it. Thank God.
Otherwise, all the rest of the Imputer's will just.
That's taken me by surprise.
Yeah, thank you. I don't think normally. This game makes me think. Well done, Jamie. You made me think.
Okay, so we've got to the end of the enemy phase. Draw back up. So if you want to, you can discard up to 2 cards from your hand.
Yep.
Okay.
Then you draw back up to a hand of 5 cards.
Gotcha.
First player token moves over to Adam, and then we start again.
Finally, here we go. Here we go.
So there's not too many enemies left on the board now. There's a lot of damage out there. So try and think about getting as many points as you can before this wave finishes.
Oh, mate. Okay, that's fine.
You're right there.
Sorry,
Sorry,
something's going to happen.
We've just seen something.
V might have a good turn. Might have a good turn.
So I mean, still on the starting blocks now.
I'm still on 0. I need to get some points.
I'm going to do a thing. Oh god, I'm going to do a thing. Right. Is it me, is it?
It is you first.
Oh my god.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go. Right, okay. So these are all still red.
Yep.
Yes,
So I'm
indeed.
going to shoot the little dude.
Okay.
Yep.
And then I'm going to... How much health is that?
So he has 3 health left. But
Right, I'm going to shoot the little dude again.
Okay.
Nice.
And then I'm going to shoot the little dude again twice.
Wow.
Okay.
very
Right.
nice.
Does it do any other special things?
Each enemy within 3 hexes is targeted with 1 damage.
So it
so
does
one
damage to
damage.
mate boy as well.
Yeah, and then
2, 3.
Yeah, no,
What's
I'm
going to
going
happen?
to use this.
Hey.
Oh, nice.
So you're ending
Nice.
the combo chain
Yeah,
and
doing 4 damage to
the guy directly in
Which
front
one?
of
Which
you.
one? So it's
The big
this.
one.
clean
The big
tits
one.
you.
Yeah, you're gonna take.
Yeah.
So we're taking him out. Well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's out. And
I'm
you get into the
actually
combo
playing
chain.
that
So that's
chain.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Oh,
9,
nice.
17 points.
Double.
Does it double?
Sugar, that is.
I'll let you count that one around.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16,
2,
17, 18,
3, 4,
19,
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
24, 25, 26, 27, 28,
Well
29,
done.
30, 31, 32,
I think a round of
33,
applause is
34.
needed. That
very
is-
nicely
that is
done.
Absolutely outstanding. And you've managed to clip yourself onto the free parking. So he gets all of the orbs. Does he? He gets all the
It's all the orbs in the middle. Yeah, that's it.
In jail just visiting.
Well done. You managed to get yourself into the lucrative S rank, Savage rank, Savage skills, and we got a load of orbs to place down as well. So
My
we
take's going to be so disappointing in
place-
comparison.
one where the Hunter was, and
Yeah.
one to you if you want it straight away.
Yeah, please. That'd be
And then we've
great.
got some other ones to place around as well. So I'll just place these around. You can change those if you want to.
Do I
So you
discard all these straight away?
taking
Yeah.
your basic attacks back into your hand.
Well done. And you haven't moved yet.
Nope.
So now you can just
More
go
to
hoover
do.
up the rest.
Yeah, I'm gonna. May I please hoover up those red orbs?
You may. Where do you want to finish?
Just round the back of me, boy here.
Attacking this guy? Okay.
Yeah, go on. How much else you got left?
He has 3 health.
3 to 5.
You can just kill them right now.
I'm going to.
It was a weird slip of words when I said lucrative before. You did pick
going to-
red orb, so it was okay.
Gonna low kick.
Yeah.
Low kick. Gonna
Yep.
low kick.
Kicking the ghoulies.
That way towards our pals here.
Yes, indeed. And you follow up as well. So he's now got 2 health left.
And then I'm going just to change. Yeah, I'll just use the axe kick.
There's another 2. That's going to take it out.
Nice.
And
Okay.
you are a Reaper. You have slain 2 enemies this turn. You have scored an achievement.
Wait.
Well done.
Wait.
How much health he got left?
I was about to say.
Yeah.
He's got 6.
He's got
1 health left.
He's got 1 health left.
Yeah, so you can shoot him now.
Yeah.
And it gets another achievement because he's killed it in front of you, Saviour.
No.
Is that not what it is?
No, because he
No,
needs
no,
to
no.
attack. He needs
Oh,
to
he needs to
attack
attack.
him
But still,
somewhere.
it's like just picking off that
Yeah.
shot though.
Yep, I'm gonna shoot
that.
Shoot him.
So take him as well.
Okay, come out as well.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. You've done me a favour.
Classic Trish. Trish move.
Kill steal the
Take this
Trish.
for you, sir. And some more red orbs come down here.
Joke's on you. I'm
That's
gonna run through.
I think.
I don't think you could do much more than that.
Oh,
Pretty impressive turn.
I mean,
Okay. Okay.
yeah. I think I'll just leave it there.
Man, I feel
Okay, nice.
this is going to be a
That's-
bad turn in comparison to that. I feel. Yes, drink loudly, drink long and loud. Prick. Okay, so I'm going to start off with doing a Balrog strike on Matey Boy in front of me for 2.
Yep. Got some down to 2 health remaining.
Going to follow up with an Ebony and Ivory volley for an additional 1.
Yep.
Follow that up with another additional Ebony and Ivory.
Going
So,
to take him down.
so he's out of that one. Then my
So do you want one of the orbs to land on you, I'm guessing?
yes, please. Then I'm going to use my. I'm going to make. I can't do this at the moment. I'm going to go.
Just taking over the rack here.
Yeah, just
Okay, so I'm going to go
just look
1.
around. You've got all these
I'm
enemies.
going to
in
go 1,
range.
2, 3, 4, 5, ends in his rear arc.
Okay, sounds good.
Just so I know I don't have anything to heal, but I will. Does it count as you picking them up anyway if you go
Yeah,
over
you
them?
did that
Yeah,
to someone else.
It's fine.
So 2 onto that, and these 2 green orbs come back into
I'm then going to do a Balrog blow, which does make this attack, and then so that's 1 damage to him, and then I get to
Yep.
move again. Move up to 2 hexes. So
Yep.
I'm going to put myself here.
Okay, so just keep facing the same one.
Actually, no. I'm going to move up to. I'm going to go back and then forward into him. So I get to pick up an orb,
Sounds good.
and then I'm going to do Coyote shot. A shot. Target must be within 4 hexes, and that's 3 damage to him.
Ooh, nice.
3 health left.
And then I'm going to risk it for a biscuit and taunt him.
throw a taunt out.
Yeah. So I end my combo chain. It ends my turn.
Yeah.
But when this card is in a chain, you cannot block, and I claim 3 additional points. So I've got to hope
good.
he doesn't attack me.
Yes.
Which is pretty unlikely by this point.
So is
but
that-
still, I'm putting him for a risky.
Is that 3 right now?
No, so it's going to be
it's
3.
3.
When we come around to claiming the chain in the next turn, you get 3 additional
Mhm.
points. If the chain's still there.
Yeah, which it might not be, but at the same time, I had to go for something.
You never know, Gaz might come and kill those boys for you.
Maybe,
It's true,
maybe,
Depends how
maybe.
generous. How generous are we feeling, Gaz?
Super generous because I'm just stood over there not doing anything. So I'm gonna discard that so I can
It's a step.
step twice, 1 or 2. I'll have that.
Grabs one of them.
Yep.
And then I'll have that. And then another 1, 2, 3, 4.
This is your run.
5. Yep.
Nice.
Facing this chap. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that makes more sense. And then I'm going to start off with a rapid swing.
Yep.
Hitting this chap for 1 damage.
Very nice.
Wind billing. Yep.
Yeah.
Here we go.
And then another one for
Ooh.
another 1 damage.
Just wind you back a second.
Sorry.
So we
Yeah,
had
go
we had
push.
a push back and a follow up there. So do you want to push this way?
If you do, if you,
Yeah,
if you
I'll
push them
go
that way,
here.
then when you hit them both.
This way here. Not quite yet.
quite,
He's
not
going to
quite.
follow.
Oh, yes.
Because he follows up into the space where the enemy was.
Oh, I see. Right. Okay.
In there.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't
as
want
well.
the end. You follow in the space they were in. Okay, I got that.
And then I'm going to go for, actually, do you know what? I'm actually thinking, right. Then go for another. So
Follow
it's
this way.
push him back.
Push him
so,
into the-
So you can't push him.
Can I push him here?
Yes, you push him there or there.
Ooh, and now they're
So which,
nice.
so which I
Gonna go for
face
the
him
seam.
there.
Yes, you do.
Oh, that is good. That is good.
Right, here we go.
Nice.
Right, here we go.
You're on the toilet. Come on. You made it this
And
time.
then a blade arc, which is going to hit that guy for 2 and hit him for 1.
So 1 there.
Is he dead? And it's
No,
for
not yet.
6.
He's
He's
not
got
quite
one
dead
health
yet.
left. Is he
Not
going?
yet.
Oh!
The
Nice.
overkill. orbs, that's 2.
So that's 2 on all of them then.
So we've taken out this impuser over here.
Yeah.
Nice.
Red orbs, 1 there, 1 on you. There you go.
Thank you, sir.
And over here, and this did 2 to this
2
guy as well.
damage,
So
yeah.
puts him down to 1.
And then
Can we finish it?
I'm going to end this.
Oh,
On a power
there we go.
yeah,
Power
and you
slam.
also are a saviour.
I am a saviour.
Because you
Oh,
attacked
he's facing him.
because it's
That
facing me.
hunter is facing Dante.
Well done.
And there we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Pretty awesome stuff. And then
Very
a ton more
nice.
red elves come
Very
flying down as well.
nice.
Another one for you. One's on
Thank you.
1 where the enemy was, and 1 next to it.
Just
My
another,
Alright, so
lord.
Pretty awesome turn.
another 16 spots.
Oh man.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
No, 16.
17.
Very
No,
nice.
that's fine. I'm trying.
And then we claim the chain as well. So
Yes,
you
oh, sorry,
So
yeah.
your basic attack cards come back. That's
Thank
an
you.
expended Devil
Come
Breaker,
over there.
and he's going to discard pile.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
Now,
Thank you.
V's still waiting to. Have you waited? Have you potentially waited too long to?
Definitely not. So that one's dead, yeah?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
as this is
So,
supposed
yes.
to now.
Alright, so
Put him with
Start
his fellow
things.
friends.
He's taking off his rack back here.
Yeah.
start things off with Bullet to do 2 damage to this Impuser.
Mhm.
Tentacle Strike to do 2 damage.
Yep, takes it
and
down
drive
to
back.
1.
I'll just go straight away. Straight back.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do Monstrous Form, which is a finisher.
Okay.
So,
So remember the shadow
Oh,
can't.
the full 24.
Remember the shadow
Whoa.
can't kill anything here. So that's just gonna. Well, it's gonna put more damage on the impuser, put it down to 1 health.
yeah. The full 10, 24, doubled up to 48.
What? So he's been sat there this whole time, just
And now he's
charging
building
up.
up.
Hitting this one little guy.
Just
I'm
charging
such
up.
a good fighter. Holy.
And he comes all the way around
Wow.
here, straight up into 2nd place.
It really is.
Cue
What
that, cue
flex?
that,
What
cue
flex that is?
You're walking home.
And now there are no enemies left. So,
Yeah.
so
Well-
can I scoop up red, or does it end?
No, yeah, but the enemy's still there because you haven't done your finishing move.
Yeah, I've not finished.
I've
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
mate.
that's
So you still, so,
Fantastic news.
but yeah, once all the enemies are defeated, that's when the round ends.
Okay. Right, how many of these red orbs can I scoop? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Classic Giblet.
Just what? In for the cash. In for the cash monies.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I can do it as
You
well.
can- you can.
Fantastic news.
You can do it.
Right, so I'm going to run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to here.
Okay.
Go away.
I'm going to use Forced Move
Ah.
to have Shadow up next to me. I'm going
Okay.
to use Circle
Yep.
to have Shadow scoop
Circle
those
these.
4
Oh,
Where-
come on, Red.
Where do you want to finish? 1, 2, 3, and then here or here?
on the other here.
This.
What does that circle card do? It just
Let's
a Shadow Move.
Shadow Move
So
4
it's
hexes.
in place of one of Shadow's basic attacks. So instead of having another basic attack, like say Trisha's got 4, instead V has this card Circle, which you just can use once per turn to move Shadow.
Fair play.
Then I'm going to discard Arbiter, which lets me
Step.
step 2. So I'm going to step back
And
to
then-
it,
Alright, back we come.
and I'm going to checkmate to do 1 damage,
Nice.
And then that's it.
take it out,
Finish off the impuser.
finish it off.
That was a beautiful move, that.
Okay, so that would have been 1 round of the Bloody Palace. So what would happen now if we were carrying on is you would take all of your red orbs and get to go through your upgrade decks and just purchase any cards that you like.
Yeah.
There's no particular tier or order, it's just whichever cards you got, spend as many red orbs as you like.
And I was looking through earlier, and some of them are like the strategy cards as well
Yep.
that allow you. For example, there's one here. During a turn, you can return a melee attack card from your combo chain to your hand and stuff like that. So it basically
Yeah.
keeps your stuff going, recycling it more. It's
You got some more powerful attacks, more finishing moves as well.
wow, 5 damage as well. Some of
Yeah,
them.
oh god.
I'm assuming you need them for the gigantic
Yeah.
monsters that are
Yeah.
going to be in there. Oh, nice area of attack thing there.
You'll often as well get a lot more cards with wild chains to help you build more.
Yeah,
combo
there's
chains.
a really cool ability as well. What's it called? More Orbs. It's a passive
That doubles
ability.
it, so-
No, so like, let's say the round finished here.
Yeah.
More Orbs would like hoover in any orbs around
Oh,
me, so you
nice.
spend less time moving. To
Yeah.
And actually
collect
just
more
like
orbs.
get some cash at the
See
end of
that
it.
Yeah.
gunslinger style's worth having as well. Did
Yes.
that with
So Dante can pick more fighting styles to replace the one he's already got. So this one allows you to do
Oh.
extra blocking. You would replace that with gunslinger style instead.
Ah.
And it's kind of gives you a different play
Cool.
style with Dante.
But one thing that you can do mixed with, like during your turn, discard a card to return a ranged attack card from your combo
So you
chain
could do,
to
so
your hand.
if you had the one that was like 5 damage, you get like 5 damage, pop it down, 5 damage again.
That's
Is that how
right.
it would work?
That's
Oh.
yeah.
Okay, so I'm starting to see that the play styles are very different. Obviously, you showed there that it's got great mobility, but you're a glass cannon in that respect.
Yeah.
Obviously, Nero's one with the different arms and brakes.
He's kind of like an all-rounder.
Yeah, and then like Dante seems to be quite strong, and obviously the different fighting styles are going to play into like the long run as it. And then Trish is just the most mobile person, kicking people in the nuts up and down the field.
A lot of fun, that.
I was just going to say, before we wrap things up with this, is there any sort of extra information that you'd like to tell anyone out there who's interested in looking to pledge? Because obviously the pledge is going live on Kickstarter this week right now.
Yep.
So where can people go to find out more information about this?
So you want to go to the Kickstarter page, or you can visit steamforged.com, and there'll be links clicking through to it if you can't find it on the interwebs, although I'm sure everyone can use Google. And yeah, you've only got 1 week to pledge, and that will get you your Kickstarter exclusive. So make sure you back it and join us, make sure the project comes to life, and we can actually bring this to reality.
And if you want to see a bit more of this in details and read the rules, you can actually download the rulebook now.
You can,
So you can actually get involved in it. So as soon as you get your copy, you can pretty much hit the ground running. And that definitely seems to be a theme of this game. Lots of mobility, lots of frantic things. I absolutely love the chain system.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
The concept of having it linked to the colours is fantastic, and I'm glad that none of us got our heart broken by having the chains broken for being hit, but I can imagine that is quite devastating when that does happen.
Yes, it is.
No, I think it's a great game that you guys are doing, and I wish you the best of luck with that. So obviously go to the links below if you want to find out more, subscribe to WhatCulture, but also make sure to go follow the Kickstarter pledge as well. Thank you so much, guys, for bringing this up. And is there any other things you want to leave us with the parting words of what this game means to you?
There's so much more to see, really. I mean, we've only seen sort of a fraction of what's available in the game. We've seen about half the enemies that are in the core sets, so we've got a couple of other large enemies as well alongside the NPC. We mentioned there's gigantic sized enemies, those are your bosses. So you're going to be fighting the Elder Garion Knight from the core sets. But also the Kickstarter comes with 2 expansions as well. So we've got the core set we've already mentioned, you've got the Devil Trigger expansion where you get the Devil Trigger miniatures for all of these players.
And as we saw earlier, they're pretty impressive
so you can bring
in terms of stature and size.
It's pretty enormous as well. So this is the extra miniature you get to play with V when you play the Devil Trigger expansion. There's going to be another expansion as well, which brings to you a 5th playable character, which is Lady. So you can play her as an alternative.
Amazing! That's so cool, because I was going to ask if there was going to be any more sort of like playable characters and stuff, but that's great.
So it's got an alternative playable character in the form of Lady, and you've got more enemies to bring in as well, and an additional boss as well.
Perfect! That sounds so.
I mean, that
good.
was the first wave.
I know. There's 3 waves.
Escalate.
And as the enemies escalate, you also get to do really cool even more cool moves as you're upgrading your decks and playing even more intricate combos. And it's just a really, really excellent game to play.
It was crazy fun. That was crazy fun.
But like I said, thank you so much for coming up, guys, and showing us this, and I wish you the best of luck with the Kickstarter. Obviously, we'll be making sure that we can help out as much as we can, and obviously make sure to send us a copy for review. You know what I'm saying?
Nights along in this part of the world.
But thank you guys so much for watching as well. If you want to go follow us on Twitter and chat more about board games in general, you can do so. Follow me at RetroJ with a 0.
Adam Clery, Clery.
Do you guys have any Twitters that you'd like to push then?
If you want to follow me at BamShoot Club on Twitter,
@_Gibbling King.
And
Jamie PGB.
Oh, there you go. So we've all got the gimmick names. You are.
I am the gimmick.
But thank you so much for watching, guys. And remember, you have been awesome. Never forget that, and we'll speak to you soon. Bye.
Bye.